Well, good evening, everybody. How are you this evening? I want you to let me know. Hey, Stan, how you doing tonight? I want you guys to let me know if my audio is a little hot. My settings got changed a little bit, and I am just curious about that right off the bat. It seems like it might be. I'm gonna turn it. I haven't turned it down just a touch. Is that a little better? Maybe. I was just looking at that. I'm like, hey, my audio seems hot. So, how's everybody doing tonight? It's a beautiful Monday night. I figured we'd do a little mining tonight. And, and we'll see kind of how it goes. So, hope that you're all well. Hey, Sandy, good evening. How are you, sir? Nice to see you. And I thought we would get it going tonight for sure. So, anyways, let's go ahead and do that pre-flight. Sound a little far away, okay? Let me see if I can fix that. Is that any better there? Look at the Orion. Can't wait for that. Yeah, I'm with you, GG, on that for sure. Can't wait for the Orion. That's for sure. So, all right, you guys. Well, we will. On my phone, so hard to tell on audio. Yeah, I just was curious about the audio, you guys. I just, like I said, my settings got changed a little bit, and I was just kind of curious. But other than that, I think we're ready to, we'll just kind of go ahead and get started. So, the first thing we want to do is we want to pull out the Prospector and we want to take the mining laser head off. That's kind of one of the things that we've been doing lately. So we're going to go ahead and unequip and save. And I am going to pull the Prospector and then store it because that's one of our new pre-flight things that we need to do. So we'll go ahead and pull the Prospector, and then I'll check that it's been pulled. And I see it there, and now I'll go ahead and store it. And I am going to put my mining laser head back on there along with the consumables. So that is cool. Let's do that. Alrighty. Now I have some family over, and they are playing Mario Kart in the living room, so if you hear some crazy Alright, so I put my mining laser head back on, all my consumables. I'm saving those changes, and we'll go ahead and pull the ship now.
Welcome to the aUEC vehicle retrieval system.
And let's go ahead and do that. Alright, cool. And I figured we'd head over to the Iron Halo and do a little mining over that way, and we've kind of got some of those new mechanics we'd like to try out, just if we run into a big cluster, maybe, kind of doing the EVA trick. And a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Nothing special tonight, just a little bit of mining for sure. So, Hangar 2. Hope everybody's doing great. It was a beautiful Monday today. It's gotten to be evening time, but you know what? It's it's always a good time to mine in Star Citizen. So, I can tell this guy's looking rough for whatever reason. Yeah, so as far as my QD, I have the Atlas drive. Everything else is pretty bone stock in the system, so we'll go ahead and we can look at that stuff. But yeah, I have an Atlas drive, I have a Lancet MH1, I have an FLTR-XL, and a couple of Brants on there. And that's really it. The rest of it's pretty stock after that. So, and that's kind of how I generally fly the Prospector. Sometimes, I do get a few more, change out things a little bit. But for the most part, that's pretty common how I'm flying it now. Let's just go ahead and see if we get the engines fired up. And we will pull out or go ahead and open up the hangar bay, and we're actually going to target Crusader, and we are going to drop out at 33.6. So, that's our first drop of the Iron Halo tonight. So, well, in the Atlas I'm using right now, I have a couple Prospectors, Sandy, and it's a great question. This particular Prospector is more kind of my it's not my short range guy. It's it's kind of just my all purpose. I definitely do have a Prospector with like a VK00 for a short, more optimized for short range jumps. You know, and there's nothing wrong with that, a rush or a siren or something for a short range jump. But you know what? This particular prospector that I have is kind of a, you know, it's just kind of a milquetoast, middle of the road kind of setup. So good question for sure. All right, so we got the quantum drive pulled out, and we are headed towards, you know, Crusader, and we're going to drop out at 33.6. Welcome aboard, everybody. 5 likes already. I really appreciate it. We're just going to cruise on out here to the air in Halo, and we are going to monkey around a little bit and see if we can't find either a cluster or something to mine out that way. And we're going to kind of use some of the new stuff that we know. I did kind of remove the mining laser head and put it back on, and we're also going to, you know, if we run into a cluster out there, we're definitely going to be kind of doing the EVA trick. So that is definitely on the agenda. You know, for solo, Sandy's asking if I like the Halo over Lyria lately. For solo mining, I am a fan of the Halo. You know, for any kind of group stuff at all, I am a big fan of Lyria. And also Lyria's okay for solo stuff, but, you know, I definitely find the Halo a little more friendly for solo stuff. All right, so pretty sparse area here, but that's just fine. I kind of missed my jump just by a touch there, but no problem. We're rolling over now. You can see that we have asteroids. Hey, aUEC, how you doing this evening? Good evening, Shorts. Early morning on this side of the pond. Be headed to bed soon. No problem, sir. And then Chris Bates says, what up, my peeps? Hey, Chris, how are you, man? Nice to see you. Can't crash into the ground in the Halo. No, you certainly can't crash into the ground in the Halo. You better not. You better hope you don't. That's for sure, Sandy. That's funny. So, good opportunity markers there for sure. Let's go ahead and see if we, you know, gonna get lucky here at all. Q-type cluster right off the bat. Now, that's miner's luck right there, you guys. That's, you know, that doesn't always happen. So, we'll kind of roll to a 90 scan. Keep the opportunity marker in front of us and see what we got. You know, it's just one of those things. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean there's going to be something to mine here, but... you know, nothing like a little miner's luck here. Looks like there's several Quantanium rocks here. We're going to cross our fingers and hope that it's going to be solid. So, yeah, I'm sure you're going to hear like quite a bit of family spillover tonight, you guys. It's just one of those things where, you know, a lot of the fam's here and they're playing some... That's going to be a really nice rock, by the way. That's probably going to be at least a 30-some percenter. Yeah, 24 right there. That's not a bad rock. That's the first one we looked at. That's a 5-percenter. That's a 4. That's not going to be a great rock. That's not going to be a great rock. 5 more to look at here. Hey, Drac. Good evening. How are you, sir? Going to claim the credit for that find. I joined the Mbunya find. Yeah, thanks, man. I definitely, that's not going to be a good one. What about this guy? That could be okay. Nope, not really. Well, we find all this all these Quantanium rocks, and look what we found there. So not a bad one. I mean, you know, I'm not going to complain. It's a 5122 at 25%, so 250 on 5 is going to be pretty close to 30 SCU. So we're not going to worry about it. We are going to wrangle this guy up, right, Chris? and get her going. Roy, nice to see you. What are you doing up this late? Is that space out of here barking the back? Yeah, it is. That's our space golden retriever back there, barking. Oh boy. All right, you guys. So right off the bat, man, easy peasy, easy pickings. You know, first First thing I scanned when I got in the air Halo was a cluster. And we're on a rock already, so let's go ahead and let's get it started here. Cag, how are you, Cag? Nice to see you, man. Still too many Chris's in here. Fair enough. You'll have to work a bit. You have to work for a bit, but that should do okay. Yeah, no problem. Easy for me to say, right? All right, we're on some quant already, you guys. That didn't take long at all. Oh, it's only 1:21 there. It's not too bad, Ramon. I'm usually up that late. Heck. Nice to see all you guys tonight, by the way. It's awesome. I know Monday nights aren't my typical haunt, but, you know, I thought, I don't know, the channel had been kind of, you know, it's been picking up a little lately and thought I'd sneak on and we, you know, obviously with these new mechanics, I thought I'd really like to reinforce them. Have I ever found a C-type, supposedly as Quantanium in it? Now, C-types, just so you know, I think they're only at ARC-L5, Sandy. And I know of them, but I've never found one. The way that I understand it is, and I could be wrong, but somebody's mentioned that the C-types don't have, like, real high percentages of Quantanium in them. But, you know, I've never gone down there and looked at them too much. Get real, it's a rock, it's Q-time, use playing, not working. That's true, I'm not working. This is all play, that's for sure, Drac. 9 likes, you guys, already. Thank you for that, I appreciate it. Rocking those out. We'll go ahead and we'll get this guy broke down pretty quick and get it in and come right back out here. So, Drac, does my audio sound normal or a little louder, a little less loud? Was playing Homeworld, Deserts of Carrick with a friend. RTS are not really my bag, but a friend is a friend. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I understand how that goes, Ramoy. I think, you know, I always liked the Homeworld series of games. I always thought those were great. I don't know if I recognize that particular title of it, but... You know, it very well could be that something snuck by me and... Alright, we're right here. Kind of give it some sauce here at the end. Keep it honest. Louder and got some echo from my room. Well, I wonder... I'm going to have to fix that. Let me see here. I'm going to knock it down just a touch more and see how that sounds. You can see the server's a bit laggy. This should break any second now. It's either that or we're going to 30K. Either way. Let's go. Let's look. I don't know what's talking about a 30K. Should be a good break here if the server catches up. 30Ks have been pretty prevalent. I've heard that the servers, you know, with the aUEC, you know, have been a little bit challenged today. Now that's a nice hundo right there. That's 18 SCU right in that guy right there. What about this guy? That's not going to have anything in it. That's not going to have anything in it. And that is 43, okay. And that's not going to have anything in it. And that is a 4631. Interesting. So there's 18 SCU. Ramon says, it's the prequel to Homeworld. Ah, interesting. So that is almost 18 SCU. And is there really only one more rock with stuff in it? I'm not sure that math works out. Oh, is there one more over here I didn't see? That's going to have some in it. No? Well, I am surprised by that. I had a little more. I thought there was a little more here than that. Half that. Well, all right. Well, we'll just get started. 4K mass at 40% is baseline for a unicorn. It is baseline for a unicorn for sure. $4K mass at 40%. Yep, that's 32 SCU. But it was developed and released after Homeworld. Yeah, I'm familiar with that. With you know, like when IPOs do that, Ramoyne, for sure. All right, we're breaking up this 43% first. There's probably 6 or 7 SCU in this guy, maybe 6. But it was developed and released after Homeworld. Yeah, you know, I have a buddy who really is into the, yeah, you know, he really enjoyed the Homeworld IPO for sure. You can tell the server's a touch laggy. A couple hours, I think, Sandy. Sandy asked how long I'm on. I wanted to kind of try the mechanics a little bit more and make sure that the, you know, kind of the, you know, when we find a cluster, I wanted to do some of that EVA stuff and kind of get in and out. Just kind of having some fun tonight. Nice. Sandy said he'd be back in about 30. All right, let's just start scooping this stuff up. We know that these are good. It's going to be 19 SCU between these rocks here. 19 SCU, the good stuff. Very nice. I think that should probably be a hundo right there as well. Drax says, I spent most of the day farming low temperature diamond subsurface deposits in Elite Dangerous. That sounds like fun. Sounds like a solid day. Yeah, that's a 24%er. Hey, there's a nice hundo. We'll grab that guy for sure. $100% inert. 100% inert. I think this guy is pretty much the last of it. Looks like it's going to be a solid 24.5 SCU. Oh, almost 25. All right. Well, that's really going to be that, you guys. I don't think that there's anything more worth grabbing here. You go ahead and spin up, and we'll head back in. And boy, we got real lucky there. I mean, heck, we just started, and we jumped out and immediately found something to mine. So nothing to complain about there, for sure. That is good business. So we have the big event coming this weekend, Citizen Con. I'm really excited about that. It's going to be interesting to see kind of what gets revealed and what happens. Price ways 100 tons of low temperature diamonds would equate to 2, maybe 3 units of quant. Oh, I see. That makes sense. So we're going to head on in here, drop this in the hopper, and come right back out to the air in Halo. And so far, so good. I've got nothing to complain about. That was a solid run. We'll probably end up with I don't know, probably 23 or so SCU after we do the refining job with it. That was a very good good opening salvo there. Absolutely lovely. Ramoyne says, "Do you have any idea where IAE is going to be this year?" You mean as far as it's probably gonna. I would imagine it's going to be on New Babbage, Ramoyne. I mean, if not there, it will be Crusader, right? But I betcha, knowing that knowing that a lot of the IAE code is already usually around there, I betcha that they'll keep it there just because it may be extra work to move it around. Although, who knows? I know that they did Invictus, in Crusader, so maybe they've done some of the pre-work that would be required to do it there. What do you think, chat? Where are they going to do it? New Babbage, Area 18, Lorville, or Orison? I'm going to say, I bet you they're going to do it at New Babbage again. That's where I would think. Just because they've done it there, they kind of know what to expect. That would be my thought, anyways. All right, let's spool this guy back up again pretty quickly. And we'll jump on over to the station, and let's go ahead and get this in and get this in the hopper. See if we can get it in safe. Alright, start bringing it in at a kind of a reasonable clip. We won't need that drive anymore. I'm going to go ahead and drop the gear and lower the VTOLs. Notice I'm not aiming right at a station. I don't want to drive into it and give Drac a boom. New Babbage would be fine, but I would like to see Area 18 get a little love. Yeah, I don't know. Do they have a spot that's big enough around Area 18, Ramoyne? I don't know. I mean, that would probably be some custom work, right? Which would be cool. I think it would be. Yeah, I absolutely. I agree with that. I think Area 18 would be fun if it was there. Drax says auto dock. I will auto dock when you have to get really, 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 really close. It's not like Elite, where you can kind of probably, I don't know exactly in Elite. Like, I just remember the old Elite. You used to be able to kind of turn it on outside the station.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
Hey, Bucky, nice to see you. How are you? Buckyton, they had it at Area 18 before there was this. Oh, there's a stadium. I did not know that. Isn't Area 18 the place that's so... No, that's Orison, Drac. Drac's wondering if that's the place that's tough to get out of. Nope. Orison on Crusaders, the place it takes a while. There is a conference hall at Area 18. I didn't know that. According to Bucky, they had it there before. That's news to me, Buck. That's kind of cool. I had no idea. All right, you guys, let's just kind of take it on easy. I haven't heard first alarm yet. But we didn't have to break up a whole lot of rocks either, so I think we're going to come in here nice and smooth. I'm just going to tap in, and we're just going to hold it down. It's going to auto land, and off we go. Sigvar says, howdy, Captain Black here. Currently a solo mole miner. Been loving the clusters lately. Don't know why I've been finding so many clusters of late, but I'll take it. Well, you know what, Sigvar? I agree, man. It seems to be like we're starting to get in a little bit better place. You know, I certainly myself have kind of also have had a couple videos that have talked about some little tips and tricks to get some advantage out there in the Halo. But yeah, I mean, it seems to have picked up a little bit. I don't disagree with that. Welcome to the channel, by the way, Sigvar. That's you know, it's nice seeing you tonight. I appreciate it. Ramon says that Drac, you are thinking of Orison? Yeah, you are. Ages to get, yeah. It is, stay a while, stay forever. You know, that's the way it is in Orison. Alright, you guys, I'm going to store this ship. And we are going to go down and put this in the hopper. And then we are going to head back out to the air in Halo. Lots of people around nowadays. Yeah, I think I hit that. Cool. Ah, Bucky says that was an awesome tip you highlighted on the EVA magic. Thanks for sharing. No, that's the kind of stuff, Bucky, I love to share. You know, I'm always, you know, you guys know that my channel is pretty much about Quantanium mining. You know, that's the thing that I do the most. How goes Quant and Coffee tonight, Shorts? It's going really well, aOcean. How are you? Nice to see you. How have you been? So, yeah, you know, like that, like picking up tips and tricks like that is exactly, I mean, it's really the quintessential reason why I created the channel, you know, is to kind of have this collective of information that we can kind of work together to kind of disseminate and you know, and kind of have a good running community, you know, so we could all help each other be more profitable. And, you know, it's worked out really well, you know. So, yeah, that particular tip or trick was right at my wheelhouse.
See anything you like?
All right, you see, look at that, guys. I got some work orders complete here. I'm going to go ahead and get a quote. Oh, I got the quote on the, I need the Dynex quote. Thank you. Confirm. All right, let's see. I got a little bit in the hopper here. Let's see. You know, there's at least 130 or so, and then another one cooking, and then this one I just put in there. So doing good. I typically mine the Halo on the way out to CRUL4 and refine in MyCal1. Let's see what you mean by that, Sigvar. So you're on the way out to CRUL4 and refine at So let's look at what you mean by that. CRUL4. Oh, I see. And then you refine it at MyCal1. Oh, that's interesting. That's a long haul to. Hey, Ponzer, how are you? Nice to see you. aOcean says, been okay on layover from OTR for the next week or so. Got a paid week off, so exploring Upper Chicago before heading home to Ohio. Nicely done, man. Anyway, good luck heading into the game. Sigvar, no problem, man. Well, thank you for joining for sure. Appreciate it. Hey, Jazzy, nice to see you. How are you, sir? We're really good, guys. We already, had a really nice run, and I don't even think we've been streaming for that long.
See anything you like?
Moyne says Orison is beautiful place. Orison really is pretty. I agree with that. And so, and I did enjoy the Siege of Orison. I thought that was done really well. New perspective missions coming to various platforms are going to be an FPS draw for players. I agree with that. I mean, I think that they're going to be, pretty straightforward missions, but, utilizing those platforms is a really good idea, Ramon. I agree with that 100%. All right, you guys, I'm going to throw my helmet back on. We're going to go up and pre-flight the Prospector and head back out again. So that was a nice, the EV trick still working? It is, Jazzy, yep. So far, so good. I haven't had to use it tonight, but, you know, I definitely got a lot of reports from people saying that they've had very good success with it. They've had success with it in the mole. They've had success with it in, in the Prospector. So, you know, I've had a lot of people come forward, and I know it was Gearhound who originally told me that, and of course Mass, you know, but, you know, it really worked out great. I mean, there's a lot of people who are a lot happier, which is good. You know, I mean, I really like to hear that and see that. So, all right, let's go ahead and I'll pull my mining laser head off real quick. That's the new norm, you guys. Kind of getting in your Prospector here. Go into your utility tab, unequipping, saving, pulling it, and then storing it, and then putting it back on.
To the aSOC vehicle retrieval system.
So we'll go ahead and retrieve it with the mining head laser off. And double check that it's there, hangar 1.
Follow the location.
And then store it.
Welcome to the aSOC vehicle retrieval system.
And I think I clicked on store there. Yep, cool. And then I'll put the mining laser head back on there. Alrighty. FLTR-XL and a Brant. And a Brant. We'll save those. I just peek in there one more time usually just to make sure it's in there. It's stuck. It looks like we're good. We'll go ahead and pull the Prospector and head back out for another run. So, real fast we got that first one in a hopper. I think we'll head right back to that same place in the Halo.
Vehicle selected.
We'll head towards Crusader and drop out at about 33.6.
Your vehicle has been selected.
Alright, hangar 1. So yeah, I'm really excited for CitizenCon. I hope that there's a couple of reveals in there. How's the refining doing? What's your preferred method? So Ramoyne, my preferred method is kind of the slow one. It's called the Dynex solvanation. That costs the less, but it gives you the most yield, although it takes the longest amount of time. If I'm mining with people and I want to get them kind of their cut relatively sooner, then we go with the Ferron exchange. That's another one that we recommend, like if you're kind of going in groups. Do the Ferron exchange. It will cost you more up front, but it's almost half the time. And so those are the two that I normally go with, is one of those two. The Dynex solvanation or the Ferron exchange. Nice. Alright. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get this guy going here.
You are clear to launch.
And once again, we're going to head towards Crusader. And we'll drop out at 33.6. Gonna roll on out of here. I'll spool up the old quantum drive. And off we go. Definitely like that first run. That first run, I just basically came out of quantum. I scanned one thing. The first thing was a Quantanium cluster. You know, flew on over to it, and there was a decent rock in there. So pretty good miner's luck there on the first run. Let's see how we do on the second run here. We're going to drop out at about 33.6. And if for some reason we do run into a really big cluster of unscannables, we will approach them for sure and try and do the EVA trick and see if we can't have some luck with that as well. So that's kind of the goal here. I just thought I'd try and earn a few space bucks tonight and just kind of talk through the new mechanics, answer any questions, and have a little fun. Is your ship still damaged from that quantum going flat the other day? It is. I mean, it's like, and what's funny, Ramoyne, is like, I mean, I am every single time repairing it, but it never repairs. So yeah, you can see that it actually has a little, it's got a little battle damage on it. If we take a look. She's a little beat up. Rough trade. But that's okay. You know, I don't mind it. All right, so 33.6 is where we're going to drop out here. Good. I like the area. You're not fooling anyone. You just wanted to get out and honk. Yeah, that's exactly right, Track. That's exactly right. I had couple extra hours tonight and thought it would be awful fun to kind of come down here and there we go. We got the forestation. And I was so excited about the, about the EVA trick. I thought it would be kind of come fun to, fun to come and reinforce that tonight a little bit. So, Caglaz, Cag, I don't know if, did you see that, I guess, did you happen to see the video that I put out that has kind of the, that EVA trick in it? Written hard and put away wet too many times. That's exactly right. All right, so there's a single. I'm going to roll. Now, sometimes when it's a single, you can actually roll it to like a 5 or an 11, and then you can see that it's more. Hey, Tron, nice to see you this evening, sir. How are you? Hope that you're well. You know, guys, Tron's a streamer, and is recently converting himself from Twitch over to YouTube, and just a fabulous stream. You really should go check out Tron's stream for sure. I think you'd be pleasantly surprised. I know that I absolutely was pleasantly surprised. So, all right, what do we got here? Looks like it's just the 2 there. Not going to approach those. Let's go ahead and... If it's a cluster, I'm going to approach it, and then I'll... and then I would look at it a little more. Hey, Ruminator, nice to see you. How are you? I saw it earlier on my lunch break. Gotcha, for sure. Yeah, the EVA trick, man. It's solid. All right. Let's kind of dig in here and see if we can't find something. Alrighty. That's a P-type and a pretty good cluster of it as well. That is not something that's being cooperative. That's a single rock. Hey, what's happening, Artcorp? How are you? Yeah, it's an E-type right there. All right, you guys. We're out trying to keep it honest here. Let's see. Oh, what's this guy floating by here? Couple of rocks there. Nothing too crazy. The Gaming Tribunal. Hope all's well. How are you, Gaming? Nice to see you. How have you been, sir? All right, guys, so this is kind of what we've been looking for. These, I think this is a little bit of a cluster. Let me fly towards it a little bit. Let me get it kind of on a 90 scan. We'll make it an opportunity marker again, and we'll close in on it. And I will, even though, we don't know, what type of rocks they are, we're going to go in and we'll do the EVA trick and see if it works for us. Ah, Tron says he was a little tired, so he stopped his stream a little early tonight. No problem, Tron. Thank you for the 17 likes, everybody. That's just fantastic. So a couple of rocks here. Let me see how many there are, because if it's 3, I'm not going to... It's not... Little tipper trick. If it's 3 rocks are never Quantanium. In the Iron Halo. So, yeah, no, I'm not... It's not 3 rocks. I know it's not Quantanium because it's 3 rocks. We're moving on. Alright, single rock. What do we got here? That's an E-type. Alright, let's kind of reset, rinse, and repeat here. So what we want to do here is, if you're watching here, I'm kind of rotating my scan angles, right? So 179 scan goes out. That gives me my opportunity markers. I do collapse down to 2, as long as I'm within 12.2. And then I will roll back to like a 5 or an 11 sometimes, just to see if it's more than one rock. That ended up being a P-type. So we'll just kind of go back to and reset, rinse and repeat. All right, so there's another... I kind of prioritize the ones that are at a distance as well, just because I know that those aren't the ones I've looked at already. That's a little bit of a cluster there, so we'll kind of head towards it. And we'll see if it's more than 3 rocks or not. So if it is more than 3 rocks, then I may, then I may actually EVA out. If it looks like it's just 3, though, and 3 rocks is never Quantanium, so I think it probably... All right, let's keep moving. Little tip or a trick for sure. I've never seen 3 rocks be Quantanium. Ever in the Iron Halo, not one time. Alrighty. Let's see how many rocks this is. Alright, let's see here. The Gaming Tribunal says, do you ever adjust the ping or only the scan? I don't know that there is a way to adjust. I mean, just the scan angle, just the angle of the scan is kind of what I trade. This looks like these are P types. Is that what this is up here? P type. Well, these are being unscannable right here. All right, so that's an interesting cluster. It's unscannable. Right? You can see that it's unscannable. Let's do the EVA trick on these guys and let's see if that works. I'm just kind of curious. We should do a stream where you mine and I haul for 2 hours to compare the profits. We should do that for sure. I got pretty lucky on my first run out here. I was only out here 10 minutes and I had a pretty good load on board. You can see I've got the my Prospector's a little beat up. What do you think about having Rex in the Iron Halo to be scanned? Oh, I love that idea, Ramoyne. I really am looking forward to salvage, and like being able to kind of, have a just kind of a derelict graveyard where you kind of just go and salvage out of it. Oh man, that's going to be fantastic. I'm really looking forward to that. Truly, no question about it. All right, so we're doing our first little EVA trick to see how it works out. I had some rocks that were kind of a cluster there that was acting a little bit like it wouldn't let me scan. Yeah, but you're the only one that scans for. Fair enough. Fair enough, Mark. I hear you. All right, what do we have here? Nope. So that did not fix it that time, and that's okay. I don't think that these are actually... I'm guessing that they're not Quantanium. Let me just kind of look at them close. Nope, not Quantanium. All right, let's keep on moving. Do you reckon the Vulture will be profitable? I hope that it is. That's one of the things I absolutely, truly hope is that the Vulture is a profitable ship. That it's somewhat on par with just kind of prospecting. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be perfectly on par by any stretch of the imagination, but I definitely hope that that it is profitable. I'm absolutely, there's a Q type right there. I'm actually really kind of looking forward to it. I think it's going to be great to take the Vulture and go do some salvaging. And of course I definitely would try a good sized team in the Reclaimer as well and see if we could, have some fun with that. So I'm really excited about that stuff. I think it's, it's the first tier or whatever. Apparently the wrecks will not be explorable. They will be husks. Yeah, they're just going to be hull stripping husks. That doesn't surprise me at all. But the fact that they are putting that in there is a good thing. Oh, boy. Not a good rock anyways. We're going to zoom. We were zooming past it, but it was not going to be... That wasn't a good rock. All right. So here we go. Approaching this guy here. Imagine having volatile hull material. Yeah, that would be hilarious. So that's at least 3 again. Seen a lot of 3-packs out here today. Let's just make, I'm just going to see if that's what it is. Yep, and 3 rocks is never Quantanium, so we're not gonna bother with 3 rocks. What's, you know, and that's the real question. Is that stuff going to be considered scrap, or is it going to be considered something else? You know what I mean? It really is an interesting. That's a P-type. You know, I know it's going to have a special name. It's an E-type, but my question is really more about, you know, like, is it, you know, when you go to sell it, is it going to be considered something different than scrap? Playing fast and loose with asteroids is not as safe to do with that. I did zoom past that one, Ramon. You're absolutely right. Montezuma Revenge, MK3. MK3, all pit lading edition. Yeah, that's exactly right. That's really funny. All right, we'll do this here. All right, what do we got there? We got us a single rock. What about over here? That's an M-type. That's a P-type. So you can see the type. I'm doing really well with the types, you guys. I mean, like, you know, I don't have tons of unscannables, and we did have a really nice find right off the bat. So we're working here a little bit. Sketo says we'll be kind of eerie to come up on an old rack in the middle of nowhere. It is. You know, one time that happened to me, Sketo. I was in HURL 5. I think that's right. Yeah, HURL 3. That's where I was at. HURL 3, and yeah, it was this really weird thing. Like, I just came across this random kind of derelict, and you know, like I didn't really do much with it. I mean, I kind of EVA'd around it a little bit, but it was spooky. I mean, it really was kind of very immersive, very kind of spooky for sure. And you know, I mean, it's just a cool part of the game. That's an M-type right there. Just the derelicts running across them on like Leary or whatever occasionally. Now that's a nice size cluster, you guys. So this is the one this is one that we're gonna approach right here. This kind of has the look. That's a Q-type. It ended up being a Q-type. I was gonna say that kind of has the look of the Q-type clusters. I'm beginning to sense a pattern when I see those. So this is going to be a nice group of rocks here, you guys. Now, that doesn't mean that there's necessarily anything to mine in here, but let's go ahead and take a look. All right. Oh, wow, there's going to be several of them in here. How many reclaimers will sit on the Kraken, if any? Ah, that's a great question. Zoom in to see if it is tight. Oh, yeah. Good idea. Are you finding, Sketo, that the tight clusters are the ones that are the Q-types? That's kind of what I've been noticing myself a little bit all of a sudden. Like at a distance, if it's a bunch of them that are just kind of real... All right, let's go ahead and see what we got here. This is going to be a nice rock. That's a 27, okay. All right, this could be a nice rock too. That's a 5145 right there. So that probably is going to be my guy. You know, I'll take a look and see what else is here. But that 5145 is really going to be... Should be a uni in there. Look at these last couple. So yeah, that's what I'm noticing too, Sketo, is that, You know, like the Quantanium clusters have kind of a, from a distance they're usually very 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 they are they are tightly, packed tightly together. It's a good point, and it's not lost on me, and it's something that I'm probably going to start kind of paying closer attention to as well. So, all right, good. This is a nice rock, 5122 at 45. We should have if this breaks up clean, we should have a very reasonable attempt at a unicorn on this one. So let's go ahead and get to work. 24 likes. Appreciate the likes tonight, guys. Conversation's great. Yeah, Chris, excellent question about the reclaimers. I mean, and we had kind of, with hull stripping coming up, I know that, I kind of had made the joke of people kind of, making an 890 train, and then having a hull stripping party. I wonder how profitable it is. How many rocks to a Quantanium cluster? 6, 8? Oh, they can have up to 10, Ramoyne, for sure. Yeah, we're getting there, Sandy. Almost 2K subs. For sure. I was hoping to pick up a few more tonight. I'm only about 20 shy now, I think. Well, I don't know, maybe a little more than that. How much cargo space is lost on a ship if hauling an ROC? That's a good question, Drac. I mean, I don't know that it's working correctly now, but, I know that it will, work like that in the future. I know that when, ships take up a certain amount of hull, there's like a hull grid, or a cargo grid, but I don't know that that's in the game right now or not quite yet. I could be wrong about that. All right, this is a beautiful rock, you guys. We're just going to kind of see if we can. Hopefully it breaks real clean. We only have to break up a couple rocks, and we can head right in. And it's not uncommon. I mean, I've got a distance going here of, when these 45 percenters, they take a little bit longer to get up into the optimal window. All right, so we're approaching approaching the green now. We'll get right in here on it. Nice percentage of Quantanium in this for sure. This is a nice rock. All right, we're about to get up into this optimal range. Ramoyne says, that is a good question, seeing as how you can have cargo space on the rock as well, but I also think it will depend on the ship carrying the rock. That's what it does. I mean, eventually what it is that there's a cargo grid, and it's going to take up so much room in the grid, but I don't exactly know. I mean, I don't know how many SCU rock is considered, but I know that's something that they're going to be factoring in the future. You're not going to be able to just kind of have ROCs and all of your max amount of of cargo as well. That's not the way it's going to work. Well, that's a good sign. That's going to be a solid 16 SCU right there. And that's going to be 18 SCU. Nope. That's not as nice as I thought it was going to be. That's a 721. That's a 48 percenter. All right. So this one's got to have some that needs to be broke down in it too. Oh. All right, so there's 18 SCU, and there's 16 SCU. So I only should have to break these two rocks. Let's give it a try. Yeah, I mean, it's just these two. It's just these two. And that should be a uni. Yeah, I'm trying to hold it in there. Good. Hopefully you can break both these rocks with one charge of the, you know, of the brand. But we'll have to see. Got plenty of time left, and we're going to break here in about 10 seconds or so. You try and push it up into the green within 30 seconds or so. I have 48 seconds, so here I'm going to... Yeah, it's this guy here. Push, push, push. I kind of, you know, taking up real high, real fast, trying to get it up into the green. And then turning it back real quick. So I did get in there in an ample amount of time, and it should be able to break this rock as well with the one consumable charge, which is great. And as far as I know, it's just these two here. You know, a 16 and a... I don't know if that was... I thought it was a 16 and an 18. Should be all we need. The two VAUC3s, yeah, that's a good... I don't mind that one, Sandy, at all. I mean, you know, the two VAUXC3s and then having a, you know, having like... I like a Rieger C3 along with that, but having an FLTR-XL is a fine choice as well. No question about it. Those are excellent choices. Ponzer, that's your 32 right there. It should be, yeah, man. I should only have to break these two rocks. I agree with that 100%. Oh, and then some. Yeah, no, you're right about that. All right, there's that first bit, right? Anything that's purple should be a hundo. There's 20 SCU right there. Two pretty nice runs out to the Halo so far, you guys. I cannot complain. Oh. All right, that's going to be get me a solid. That's breaking 28. It's breaking 29. And this guy here, I'll shut it right off at the... There we go. That is a unicorn. Ding, ding, ding. I like it. All right, so hold on. Let me just kind of look behind. Looks pretty safe back there. Kind of get out of the way here. Yep. We'll kind of spool up and head in. Very, very nice run right there. Unicorn run. Ding, ding, ding. I still haven't got my bell, Drac. I need to get a bell for when I get unicorns. I've been meaning to do that for the longest time. That's always been the running joke. I wonder what size ship with all the amount of cargo space you'd need to get all those asteroids broken and recovered. That is an excellent question, Ramoy. Ramoy, I ran into a cluster the other night that had 138 SCU in it. So that one would have taken a mole and a prospector, you know. Had 4 nice rocks in it, believe it or not. Pretty crazy. All right, second run that we're hauling in now tonight. So that's a good thing. Ring-a-ding-a-ding. Definitely a unicorn, right, Aocean? Love it. I think there's those unicorn icons that you guys can make in the chat. I remember when Starstreams had everybody making unis one day. Made me laugh. So yeah, we're starting to get there, you guys. Honestly, we're close to 2K subs, and you know, and of course, as you guys know, a lot of the summer I had to kind of tamp it down, but you know, we're trying to kind of pull it back out of the muck here. Typical V-Luck, yeah, Sandy. Yeah, you know, I do all right. That's true. You know, I'm pretty. I do okay at this mining gig. Sandy. All right. Well, you know, you never know. You could come out there. You know, maybe this last time I run out here, and I'll, you know, have to see what goes on. I might get skunked. All right. So we're going to come out of first quantum, go into second quantum. We still got some work to do. We want to get this safely down and in the hopper. Hey, Mass, how are you doing this evening? Nice to see you, sir. Iron Jesus smiles on you tonight, Space Shorts. You guys. Couple good runs out to the Halo so far tonight, Mass, for sure. Got a unicorn on board. We're heading on in right now. Now, my ship's been a little touchy, you know, in and around the hangar, so it's no guarantee. You know, that's why I've been actually doing a lot of auto lands lately and stuff, so we'll see how it goes. I kind of pull out the gear and drop the VTOLs already. And we'll come in at a pretty reasonable clip. Mass, I had to mess with my audio settings a little bit tonight. And does the audio sound okay? Oh, Monday night. Who's playing tonight, Mass? All right. Monday Night Football. I used to watch that with my dad so much. Like, every single Monday, he'd let me stay up late on school nights and watch football with him. Loved it. Alright, we're moving at a pretty reasonable clip here. Another ship coming in there you can see right there. New lighting is so nice. I can appreciate that. Ah! Oh, Sanford and the Rams, so kind of a... Kind of an, you know, a big, you know, like a California rivalry right there, eh? American football, what I called armored rugby. That's awesome. That's a good name for it. Alright, there's Tin Man. Looks like Tin Man is flying in there, and I'm flying in over here. Looks like Tin Man's bringing in a Prospector as well, if I were to guess. At this distance. That's exactly what it looks like. Looks like he's taking it nice and easy. And that's what we're doing here as well. I know I'm definitely not too high right now as far as in the hangar goes. And let's go ahead and just have it touch down. Good. Do a post-flight here.
Have a pleasant stay.
It needs to be those players are huge. Yeah, I know. I played football when I was a kid in high school, and I watch it nowadays, and every time I watch a big hit, I think to myself, man, if that was me now, I'm sure an ambulance would be picking me up. You know. It does. It's so crazy when you play football and you're young or big, like a really rough sport like that, and then as you get older, you realize how kind of fragile you really are. All right, let's go in and get this guy stored, and we'll get this guy down in the hopper for sure.
vehicle retrieval system.
Well, lickety split. There we go. That is good and stored. Let's go down and get this guy in the hopper, and we're gonna go out to the Halo and do one more run at least for sure. You know, had a little bit of time, and I really wanted to try and get the EVA mechanic to work, but you know what? We're finding clusters left and right, so we're not gonna complain about that at all. The speed has changed the game, which makes for bigger edge. Yeah, there's definitely. I mean, you've got these guys now that are 300 pounds or 280 pounds that are running these, 4.2 or 4.340s. It's crazy. These guys are fast. I'm British and I live in the UK. My understanding of American football is fairly limited, and that's fair. I mean, I would say that my knowledge of rugby or is fairly limited, and certainly my football, or soccer. I know that. I don't know as much about it as some people. There we go. That is awesome. Let's get that quote. Confirm that. All right, you guys. So that is 53 SCU in the hopper and 2 runs. Hey, what's happening, Geese? Nice to see you, my man. It's been a minute. How are you, Geese? How you been, sir? Nice to see you. Go Liverpool. Fair enough. I know where you're going with that, Sandy. That's nice. It's definitely nice to see you guys tonight for sure. I'm trying to sneak on a little bit more here and there. Hey, Ocean says EVA trick should probably only need to be done 1 or 2 times per session. It just depends on if it works or not. The funny thing is I'm beginning to recognize, and I think it was Skeet was saying that earlier. Scatto was saying that earlier, where I'm almost beginning to recognize when it's a Quantanium cluster, just based on they're kind of a packed they're kind of dense, it's interesting you just get a lot of pingbacks at once in a very narrow cluster, and so I begin to realize there's kind of a look to them now that I'm more cluster hunting, which is interesting to me. I don't know that I'd ever picked that up before. And let's not mention cricket. Yeah, Ramon, I know a very, very, very little about cricket. That's absolutely true. That's so funny. All right, so I got to do this thing here. Let's do our standard pre-flight again, you guys. We want to make sure that with the Prospector, we've got to respect kind of what's been working for us, and that is taking the mining laser head off and saving it. And we'll pull the ship one time, and then we'll store the ship one time and put it back on.
Vehicle retrieval system. Vehicle selected.
Drac says you're going to have to make a haul run soon. I am going to have to make a haul soon, Drac, for sure. Ocean says EVA trick should probably only be needed 1 or 2 times per session, but it depends on if it works or not. You're right. It doesn't necessarily seem like you should need to do it a bunch. Only if you do recognize that type of cluster and you kind of approach it, definitely take a crack at it, because man, it's definitely worth the EVA time. Ramoy says, but then so was my understanding of football. Yeah, of course, cricket. Yeah, but Ocean says they did the same thing they did to the ROC mining to asteroid mining, more cluster, more chance. Yeah, that makes sense for sure. Cool. All right, let's go ahead and throwing on the Lancet here. FLTR-XL and a Brandt and save. And okay.
Welcome to the ASOC.
Hey, Juan Carlos, nice to see you. How are you doing? All right, I'm going to check one more time to make sure my Prospector's got stuff on it. No, I hope you're doing well, Juan Carlos, for sure. Ooh, see that? Look at that. I almost missed a brand, you guys. I had a feeling something got sideways. I just had a feeling. So we got that squared away. Let's go ahead and pull this Prospector out. We've gone 2 runs out to the Halo, and we have 1 Unicorn and 1 very nice mid-20s. So... Alright, had to sneak away there. I'm not sure exactly what was going on there. Ramon says, it's a little creepy when people do. You know, it's just one of those things. I kind of, not sure if they're going to try and sneak into my elevator or not. And look at how beat up this thing is. I fix, I repair it every time, but it just, she's rough trade, man. Oh, I don't have my helmet on. We'll fix that. All right. Maybe they were standing next to me because they wanted to get my attention because I didn't have a helmet on. Was he with you, LOL? No. No, he wasn't with me. That's so funny. All right, we've been having really good luck in this this spot here, so we're going to head right back over towards Crusader and drop out at 33.6 and see how it does.
You are clear to launch.
Juan Carlos says he's doing good. That's awesome. Ramon says, aOcean says it's a wear and tear shader on the ships in the preview. Oh. Well, I've got some wear and tear going. That's for sure. All right, out we go. Kind of spin this guy up. We have had really good luck so far tonight, you guys. Unicorn that time, and mid-20s the first time. I cannot argue with that level of success. We'll drop out at 33.6 and see how we do again. So where is that wear and share tater? Wear and share wear. What is my problem? Wear and tear shader. Where is it at, aOcean? And when you say preview, what do you mean? Or when you say preview, do you mean like it's kind of working, like the mechanics working? All right, we'll drop out at 33.6. Also, so weird playing via Linux. Oh, aOcean, do you have a Linux box kind of set up and working on games now? I was thinking about doing that one of these times, but I never did get around to it. Time for that solo mole night. Yeah, we're getting close to that, Sandy, for sure. I'd definitely like to see if I could get Mass and Trube and Zal and some people on board and, get some people scouting and have one of those really fun nights. All right, 33.6 we're going to drop out at here. So hold on there, 36. Boom. Good spot there. That's looking great. Let's go ahead and recalibrate this area here. We'll set a route. Oh, set a route. How about that route instead? Yep, wide forest station. All right, up we go. I'm a Tux gamer, more of a laptop since I'm a trucker. Oh, that makes sense, aOcean, for sure. Part of the new mechanic if you don't repair much, so it shows the age of an ill-repaired vessel. Or ill-repaired vessel. Yeah, I definitely... Well, it definitely caused a problem. 317.3, I guess, will only be Nivicati from what I've heard. Anyone here as well? That's a good question. We still need to do that mole stream. We do need to do that mole stream. I know we do. All right, you guys, let's get after it here. That is an M-type cluster. And I mean, you can just see, like, you know, right off the bat, like when I'm doing this kind of taking the mining laser head off thing, you know, it used to fly out here and, like, you know, I'm not saying that, you know, there's not unscannable rocks, because there most assuredly are. But you can just see the difference that there is now. Let me just drop that over. I mean, a lot of them are given scan results now. That's a P-type. I think it's making a significant difference. There's a Q-type right there. Let's go ahead and roll to a 90 scan. All right. Pretty fast on the Q-types tonight. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean there's anything to mine here. I think it's more than one rock here, but I could be wrong. aUEC says, yes, if you can run it in Windows, but it requires patience and some tinkering. But runs better in Windows. Yeah, no, I've heard that it actually is a little easier on resources for sure. Ramoin says, wait, 317.3. Oh, this is going to be a nice rock, you guys. I know 318 is headed for Evocati once and back and load stuff is fixed. I've not. Yeah, they have a 317.3 patch right now, and that's on the servers. This is going to be a nice rock, you guys. This one right here. I think this is probably going to be in the, you know, a 40s. Looking at it may be just a 24, but it looks like it's higher than that to me. Yeah, that I thought that right off the bat. So, holy smokes, you guys, we are just tearing it up out here tonight. This is another great rock. This is a 5146. And I will go ahead and get it started. We are just smoking it out here tonight. Let's go ahead and... Now, we've got work to do. Let's go ahead and get it done, but... There might be a .4, .5, depending on how 318 goes. It was mentioned in the chairman's address to expect delays. Yep. I know for sure 317.3 is a thing. Just not sure what the plan is after. I heard it would be only be an Evocati and then drop 318. Yeah, you know, like 317.3, I don't really know what's going on with that. I think I thought that there was like maybe just a couple things they were maybe looking at in the background with it, but I could be wrong. But I will tell you that 318 is, as we all know, they had talked about 318 going in late August, then 318 going in late September. And, you know, I mean, not that we're that far out of there, but 318 is definitely late. Considering that they wanted 2 or 3 months to test it, but they're going to now be releasing it for IAE. So, yikes, you guys. It's going to be interesting. Their gaming servers are coded in Linux, but re-encoded to play via Windows 1, so there's full of proper new render tech. It will be faster for all. Yeah, that makes sense to me, aOcean, for sure. You know, and you know, look, Linux is great. I mean, we have a Linux FTP server at work that's, you know, super so easy to update, so easy to deal with. Just sudo yum update and off you go. All right, let's get into... I'm going to have to close this range here. I'll get right in here and dig in, because it's definitely taking a minute. If 318 will be delayed a bit to core tech, it will require some of the features like salvage and some ships not to get, but hopes, but they still have the push data versus the other areas they need data. You know, I think we're getting the persistent entity streaming. That's coming for sure. It's going to be interesting to see what's going to get dropped off, and I'm still waiting for the news on the cargo refactor. I mean, they just haven't talked about it, and so, you know, unless there's something I don't understand about it, I'm worried about the cargo refactor, if I'm just being honest. How do you move the laser head like that again? You hit G. G on the keyboard will turn it into a gimbal. And that's how you do that, Gaming Tribunal. So that makes it a lot easier to kind of articulate on the rock a little bit. So G or gimbal will actually loosen that minor laser head for you. I think the dot 3 is intended to test bug fixes AI. Yeah, that's probably exactly right. Moyne says they do have a definitely narrow window if they want 318 out, you know, by i.e. not much time to have it fully tested by Evocati, then all waves before hitting live. Yeah, it's gotten tight for sure, Ramoyne. I mean, that's definitely where we're at, right? I mean, it's you know, one of those things where you just kind of think to yourself, it's like, yikes, I don't know. You know, how they're going to make it, you know? I mean, you know, when they said they needed 2 to 3 months of testing and they've only got you know, this little window before IAE now, which is, you know, 6 weeks and collapsing. You know, so that's half the time. So we'll just have to see. You know, I think the most important thing is to get the persistent entity streaming in there. That's the core tech that needs to happen for sure. All right, you guys, this is going great. Gaming Tribunal says thanks. The gimbal, you gotta keep that gimbal handy. Fair enough. I was so close that kind of hit my shields a little bit. That's okay though. Asher says it is the harsh truth, but we have to remember some Squadron 42 crews are being reassigned. Yeah, well, that's exactly what's going on, Aocean, for sure. Mastodon says, I'm a bit worried if they drop .18 by IAE, like it will be around Invictus. I'm worried about that, too, that it's not quite going to be, you know, kind of, that's a nice, that's 14 SCU right there, that it's not going to be quite ready. Hey, T. Danny, nice to see you. How have you been, man? Long time. I'm really good. It's awesome to see you, man. So, oh yeah, look at this, you guys. That's going to be a hundo too, right? So, that's a hundo, and that's a hundo. So that's 16, and that's 15. And I don't think I need. I just need to break all three of these real quick. This won't take long. T. Danny, thank you very much, T. Danny. That's very kind of you. I really appreciate that. I truly do. You know, I can absolutely always use a little more coffee. And that will help get me some. I thank you, sir. Nice to see you, for sure. So, yeah, you guys, we got 3 100%ers here. I'm going to crack all 3 of them, and then we'll just kind of pull in what we want to pull in. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. That's very kind of you. Sounds like another unicorn, Ocean. Yeah. I mean, as long as we get lucky here, Ocean, I think we should have another uni here. This is 14 SCU, and then there's a couple of more there. That's awesome. All right, let's kind of break this guy down next. Push, push, push. 30 seconds, 35. Oh. Now I gotta fall back, fall back, fall back. Good. That means 1 Brant, 2 breaks, which is always a good thing. I can totally see that, Ramoyne. I'm fully expecting some of the announced features to be held back. I am too, for sure. That's happening for sure. There's no way they're gonna make all the assigned features. The most important thing is the persistent entity streaming. And I know that the persistent entity streaming is not necessarily going to mean a ton if we don't get back on our exact same servers. But you know what? That tech has to get in there. So whatever it is, you know, I mean, that tech is an important kind of tech, and whatever needs to happen to get that in there, let's get it in there. Because after that, you have all the stuff required for 4. Yes, that's exactly right. You know what? Exactly. You're speaking exactly what you're saying, Ramoyne, for sure. All right, you guys, break this down, and we definitely have another we'll have another unicorn on board, but that doesn't necessarily mean that we'll get it in there. But we're going to give it one heck of a good try. This is our, these new mechanics that I've been kind of talking about are making a tremendous difference. I've noticed when I'm going to the Halo, and I don't know if it's just kind of odd luck or whatever, but you know what? Since I've started employing these kind of, I've made some videos on some things like swapping the laser heads and these types of things, and man, it's night and day. We're finding good Quantanium and real quick, and I'm loving it. Guys, can you just imagine how cool it's going to be when we do have Pyro? I mean, just having another place to go is going to be so awesome. Pyro's supposed to be 4.0, but I'm thinking 4.0.1 swiftly for yeah. Oh, wouldn't that be cool if Nyx was right behind it too, not far? Oh, I agree with that 100%. And then all of a sudden, if you had like shipping, like trading and shipping that went from Nyx to Stanton, and lucrative trading runs, oh, the game will just be so much funner. Just taking off the head has helped me so much. Haven't tried the EVA thing. Yeah, I mean, if you don't need to do the EVA thing, hey, Toe Cutter, by the way, nice to see you. Toe, how have you been? Okay, just EVA'd like you showed, and then 30K while out of the ship. Oh, no, Toe. What the heck? No, that's crazy, man. I'm sorry to hear that. I promise you it works, though. It definitely works, and it's a good thing when it does. All right, let's go ahead and pull this in. All righty, there is unicorn number 2. That is the second unicorn in a row, and we'll take it. We'll begin spooling up the quantum, and in we go. Another solid 32 SCU, and I can't even complain about that. That was, of course, we want to get it home and get it safe. So 32 SCU in the last run, 32 SCU so far in this run. And Toe Cutter, it's nice to see you, man. I haven't seen you in a minute. Ding, 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 ding. Thanks, Drac. I know I need to get that bell. I can't wait for Pyro. So curious to see what it's going to be like, the challenge to get there and whatnot. Yeah, exactly, Mass. Just all the things about it. The planning that goes into going there, the team effort that it takes. All that stuff I think is going to be tremendous. Ramoyne says Nyx is the next system after Pyro to get released, and I believe there is another one after Nyx. There is another one after Nyx, and I forget which one it is. But I remember looking into it. What is Nyx? Haven't heard about that one yet. Nyx is another one that's that you can jump to it from Pyro. So if you use the Arc Star Map mass and you go into Pyro, you'll find like with a jump point to Nyx, and then you can go over to the Nyx system. In the Nyx system, I think there's the Akira cluster, which is I think it's there, and that's like this really cool cluster of minables or whatever. Oh, Odin, that's a good question, Gaming Tribunal. I don't know if it's Odin or not, but I know Odin is definitely one that's coming for sure. I just really can't wait. Just can't wait. It's gonna be awesome. Just that first time when we're like they've released Pyro and we can go through and go look at it, and there's 2 systems to go through. That's gonna be pretty darn awesome. Real special. Ramoyne says, I think it begins with a C. I'd have to look at the Arc Star Map. I can't remember exactly. All right. Spool back up here again. 28 likes, you guys, tonight. Thank you so much for the 28 likes. I truly appreciate that. And T. Danny, thank you so much for the coffee money, sir. I appreciate that. C is for cookie. That's good enough for me. Fair enough, Cat. That's awesome. I would love to see that Ascendio satellite. That thing was massive. Yeah, fair enough. You know, obviously with base building and some of the other things coming, you guys, it's just amazing. We're going to have so much fun with all that stuff. All right, we're coming in at a fairly reasonable clip, somewhere around, 3.5 or so. Nothing crazy. It is true that the planet from Nyx was once in Stanton. I forgot the name. Yeah, there was Delamar was the landing zone. And it was absolutely in 33. The lights just jumped a ton, you guys. Up to 33. Thank you so much. Yes, it was Delamar was the name of it, Ramoyne, and it was cool. It was, like a very you could tell it had been, kind of resource depleted type place. I'm a figment of your imagination, Mass. That's awesome. Yeah. Ah, Levski, that's right. That's the landing zone. And wasn't the planet called Delamar? I think. Yeah, Levski's the landing zone there. That's right, aOcean. I only went there a couple of times. But it was cool. It seems like they took that out, and then because they were upgrading Crusader, it seems like, as I recall, they were putting in Crusader, and they needed more kind of wiggle room on the resources. All right, you guys, real simple, easy peasy in. All right, I'm going to hold down N here. Now that's new. I don't normally do that, you guys, but it's just one of those things where it's been better doing that. For some reason, sometimes touching your skids down a little too hot will make your ship will make the sensor go off and it gets grumpy real quick. So that's what I've been doing to offset that lately. So when Nyx does finally drop in game, players will have a familiar place to visit. Yeah, they will. The Broken Moon or proto-asteroid was Delamar, or what remained. Levski was there, and they for Crusader Norse, and they pulled it for Crusader Norse. That's how I remember as well, aOcean. Cool. All right, let's go get her stored. Second uni in a row there. I cannot complain. Darth Merkin. Hey, Darth, how are you? Have you done the impound method very much? I did it a lot back, with the mole. I have done the impound method quite a bit. And that's because for a while the mole, like back kind of in like 3.16 or whatever, Darth, the mole would be grumpy sometimes about landing, and I used to, like, my regular meta for landing the mole was always going impound. And that's because if you have 96 SCU of Quantanium on board, you just don't want to lose it. Whatever, you'll just do whatever. But so yeah, I've used the impound method lots of times, for sure. What is my daily runner, says Gaming Tribunal? Mine right now, gaming is my daily driver is a Constellation Taurus. It's got the XL1 drive on it, and that's what I use for my daily. Time for evening meds. Back in a few. No problem, Drac. That's awesome. Yes, Levski was another source around Crusader Lemoyne. Yep. Like Damar, but an asteroid. That's exactly right. Mole Stills distinct a lot. Makes sense. Yeah, it does. You know, it just was one of those things where, you know, I definitely you always hate to lose when you got such a big load on there. It's like I'll pay whatever amount to kind of keep that safe. So these are our runs tonight so far. We've got 83 SCU in the hopper so far, you guys. I think I have time to do one more run. So let's go out for one more run tonight, and just you know, in that way, you know, we're kind of keeping it honest, real quick. You know, because people, you know, I think that we're, I think that the like if you're doing all the right things now, the Aaron Halo seems to be kind of back, or at least so far. I mean, you know, it's not to say it's perfect, but it's in pretty good shape. Levski was always going to be temporary, says aUEC. It's run by separatists from the UEE. It will return, but I can't remember which system. Nix is the system it's going to return in aUEC. Aocean, thank you for that info. I was not aware of all this. I appreciate it very much. Sup, Tribunal, how you doing, you guys? Nice, you guys. All right, so that was, so far we have 2 unicorns in the hopper and a mid-20s. And I mean, that's, you know, I don't know how long we've been streaming, but we've been kind of tearing it up, you guys. No problem, I missed the zone was compared to Hexmore, but as aUEC said, it was temporary. Yep. Oh, no, you guys. Let me fix that. Hold on. That user in timeout. And then, let's see here. Hide user on the channel. What's weird is when I had something that had, I thought I had the bots kind of fixed, you guys. No, I'm fixing them right now, you guys. Let's see here. Yeah, hide user on the channel for sure. All right. I'll have to set all that stuff back up. I guess it's... You know, I noticed that with the OBS 28 that some of my automation things kind of broke. And I'll have to... Hey, YouTube Arian, nice to see you. Thanks for the video on non-scanning asteroids. Any additional information on this topic, I can't get it to work when I'm in my mole. You know, YouTube Arian, people are saying they are getting it to work in their mole. You know what I mean? Now, you know, I don't know exactly what you know, there's people are saying it does work in the mole. I haven't spent a lot of time testing it in the mole, so it's a good question. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do with this prospector, of course, we know with these prospectors is I'm going to go ahead and unequip the laser head, and we'll save it, pull it, and then we'll store it, and then put the mining laser head back on there. So that's the first pre-flight that we've been doing, and that's been working really good for us so far tonight. So let's see. Thank you to whomever fixed the annihilator. Well, yeah, that was me. But you know. What's weird is like I said, there's some block, like it's that those things even were able to work, but I'll have to work on it again. All right, so let me store this time. I'm going to put the mining laser head and the consumables back on there. Alrighty. So yeah, YouTube, I don't. Maybe it's just me. I can't seem to get the. You have left a mole. Oh yeah. Now, are you getting 90 away? Are you getting long enough? Yeah, because that's probably what it is, right? You've got to get. You definitely got to get that. You want to get that message that you've left the mole, for sure. That's probably your tell right there that it's not working because it's not registering that.
Welcome to the aSOC vehicle.
I don't think my mole is. Hold on. Let me look at my mole. I don't know that it's ready for any madness, but I could be wrong. Oh, it has an XL1 drive. Oh, and it's got mining laser heads. All right, so let's do this. Let me unequip all my mole stuff. All right, I'm going to save this guy now. I'll pull the mole, store the mole. We'll take the mole out this time, you guys.
To the aSOC vehicle retrieval system.
Now, you know, it's not going to be easy locating the cluster, but, you know, no big deal. We can figure that part of it out. All right, so I'm going to retrieve the mole.
Selected.
Now I'm going to store the mole.
Your vehicle has been delivered.
All right, let's store the mole.
Welcome to the aSOC vehicle retrieval system.
Sadly, my mole's had to hang in this whole patch, Diogenes. I hear you. I hear that. Saying it. So, yeah, now I store the mole. Now let me put all the stuff back on the mole. This is a little bit different animal here. Utility. Utility, we're going to go, yeah, laser head there. Laser head there. And then laser head there. And then I'll stick a lot of brands on here. Just for fun. Just for funsies. I like having the stuff on there. Alright. I'll save that guy. Let me just kind of double check that it's the settings stuck. All right. So this is going to be a whole different animal trying to find things to mine, though. Yeah. Oh, I'll remember VTOL on the way in for sure. You know, you will crash that mole so fast. Let's see. But we'll do a little... I mean, I'll do a little solo moling. I don't... You know, it's fine. I'm good with it. And I want to see if maybe we can figure out that cluster thing. So... Hangar 2. And I don't really know how that cluster thing would work anyway. I mean, it's just, the mole's just a completely different situation because you don't have the mining laser. But let's just go take a look and see. Oh, I just got 3. I got an XL1 drive on this thing, Sandy. I've got 3 Lansing MH2s, and then just a bunch of Brants on here. Nothing special. Now, this is going to be a much slower boat, though, you guys. I mean, you know, quite honestly. Locating the rocks and that type of thing are going to be much more difficult because I'm not in a, you know, not at a mining laser. But that's okay. Well, this way I can see if it's the mole that jumps in the atmosphere when mining. See if the mole still jumps in atmosphere when mining. I definitely wasn't gonna. I'm gonna head out to the air in Halo, I think. Even though I shouldn't necessarily do that, but I want to test the whole. I want to test the whole unscannable rock thing. So it's going to be interesting. See, this is going to be a very slow boat to locate these. All right, I'm more of a hauler than a miner, so don't want to spread ships capable. All right, so I need to get my VTOLs up there. Oh. Might help if I power up. Gear up, out we go. Good. Love my mole for sure. Been a hot minute since I flew this thing. We'll drop out at 33.6. And it's going to be a little harder with the mole to find stuff in the, you know, but, you know, that's okay. I think the RAS should hold a lot more than what it currently does, given size. I agree, aUEC. I was hoping it would hold I think it's 32, 32 times 5. Like I have 5 of those 32s instead of 3 of them. Will you be able to find rocks without the mining mode trick? You know, I'm gonna give it a try, Diogenes. I don't. The short answer to the question is I don't think so. But I've been noticing a certain thing about Quantanium clusters. So, wow. The RTL1 or the XL1 is much faster. I'm glad I looked down in time. So let's go ahead and turn this guy over. All right, this is going to be an interesting. This is going to be interesting for sure. So we're gonna have to use a V scan a lot more than a. All right, so here we're gonna try and. All right, and then let me pivot back. Nope. Now I kind of know what a Quantanium cluster looks like, kind of in like a flash normally. And so we'll just kind of keep looking here. I want to get a little closer than this. Let me turn off the V scan and go a little faster than this thing. Okay. And then we want to keep moving forward. So this is gonna be a little bit different, right, you guys? It's a different scanning meta because you don't have the mining laser, you know, as your friend here. Lots and lots of opportunities out here, though. Single rock. All right, that looked good there. Hold on. Yep, let's go ahead and we'll move in on this group here. Now, I am getting a scan on those already, which is that's usually a pretty good sign. See how you can hold down the scan, and if you get a mass on those already, you're not in bad shape then. Let me just kind of get a 90 scan out there to keep the opportunity marker on. I'm just going to kind of look and see what we have here. Probably not a high enough instability there. Those are quant rocks. That's actually a nice rock. I think that is that's a 44% quant rock. A 46. That's a 40-40. You guys are just what the heck, man? This miner's luck today, you guys. All right, that's a nice rock. All right, let me nose up on it. I want to get a little closer. All right, hold on. I'm gonna just get a look outside. Oh, yeah, I need to go down some. No. All right, let me back up just a touch. There we go, and nose up just a bit. There we go. I'm going to do this too. Spool up. I think I can hear the quantum drive. There we go. All right, let's run down there. And now a little ways from this guy, but I shouldn't have any problem breaking it. I'm not in optimal range, but I can't believe I found that nice of a rock that fast. That's not supposed to happen. But I also didn't really test the thing for Diogenes that I was hoping to test. But What am I supposed to do, Diogenes? I can't pass a 46%er up, man. What the heck? Look at that guy. Yeah, that's a 40-40 for sure. Now it says I'm inoptimal, so that's good. Ramon says, having that Drake rules, geez, just realized how that looks. I have to admit that a certain curiousness about Argo, yep. But got to get the proper angles and aim and then run the cockpit. Fair enough. Agree, maybe next run. Yeah, maybe next run, Diogenes, for sure. I mean, what am I supposed to do? It's, you know how hard it is to find rocks out here, and it's just like, man, I'm flying out here and even in a mole, I'm just knocking them down. Oh, yeah, once you can get this down, it's actually good solo. It just takes a bit longer. I don't mind solo mole, especially in the Halo. You know, it's not bouncy at all. You know, we're in really good shape. And it's a 46, so this shouldn't be a hard break. You know, it'll build the it'll build into there. Once you can get this down, it's actually good solo. Yep, I agree with that 100%. One thing you guys, you know, you really need to know is you have to have your VTOLs turned on when you fly into a hangar, or else you will slam on the deck for sure. It's taking a little bit of time to build energy in there, but that's, you know, it's only just because of the distance and stuff. We'll have this no problem. Mining laser on the mole sounds a little different than Prospector. It does. It does sound a little different, Drac. You're right about that, sir. If you want an industrial field exposed I-beams and the internal Argo, yeah, you know, I mean, it would be interesting if Argo and Drake kind of built a ship together. Ain't there a new Argo ship like a tug? Yep, that's the SRV. The SRV is the tug. V is a secret freelance Max fanboy. I like the freelancer Max, Andy. I do. You know, the Taurus is just kind of the next step up for me. But I would never turn. I think freelancer Maxes are great. Alright, she wants to build in there. We'll let her do it. Yep, the SRV is the space tug. All right. Now this should have broke pretty nicely here. There's a good rock. Let's see. That's 33%. What's this guy got in it? 95%. Oh, it didn't break as clean as I'd hoped. An interesting thing about decoupled flying is that your landing gear is out. It will essentially keep your vector land. It will, that's for sure. That's 100%er right there. That's good. And that is nothing. Well, you know, the nice thing about the mole here is I'm taking it all. There's 10% Quantanium in there. So let me break this guy down first. She says, only the Max can fit an Ursa and a rock miner in one line with enough room to spare around. Yeah. Listen, the Freelancer Max is a sneaky good hauler for ground vehicles. I mean, I agree with that 100%. Just kind of holding it there, just paying attention. There's only 10% in this one over here. You don't like the Connies because of the design or the hauling? I love MISC ships. It's what I fly most of the time. I like MISC ships a lot too, Diogenes, for sure. Yoshi says, load it up with Sakura Sun parts and enjoy the cosplay. Yeah, exactly. That's so funny. All right, you guys. Looking good there. This is my first 100% here piece. We're gonna break all this down. We're hauling it all. Looks like a good break. I like it. Let's go ahead and break this guy down next. This is only a 30%er, but we'll do it. Gonna marching our way up there. I like where this is at. Santa says, I bought Argo MPVU Cargo by accident. Oh, you bought the Argo Cargo by accident. Not even sure what it does. One of them has like is like kind of like a like Zal and I were actually making the joke in the podcast. Like one of them is it's kind of like the entry level Genesis Starliner. You know, it can haul people. That's what we were joking. It was the tier 1 of the people hauling. Pretty good percentage on this one. Fire another Brant off here in a sec. Didn't realize. Didn't have a Q. Yeah, they don't have a QD drive. Hey, Grift, how you doing, man? Nice to see ya. What's happening? You know, so she might lag race, but she can take a beating. Yeah. Absolutely. I'm looking forward to kind of the rail-in, you guys, too, which is that alien hauler that is kind of a blockade runner. That I think it hauls like, I think it's 384 or 3 something. You know, definitely is on my radar. The old rail-in. Nice to see you, Griff, for sure, man. Alright, let's just... Did we get all this? Yeah, these are nothing here. And neither is this... The rest of this is... The rest of this, I think we're grabbing. Because we got the wiggle room. That's a 99% piece of quartz, though. We're not grabbing that. Alright, let's see what we can get with Quant here. We're hauling all of it. I would say the Argo MPV cargos are like flying a mule, but without the Quantanium drive. They should be able to do local trade box business. Yeah, I think that. I mean, yeah, that's what, you know, it certainly could do that. I like the Drake, but mostly Cuddy Blue, Red, and Black and Buck. Yep, those are good ships for sure. pretty much just grabbing whatever here. Not even being that discerning on the laser. I'm even thinking of getting a CAT or a C. Yeah, I love the C2. Love the way those fly in Atmo. Huge fan of that ship. Hey, is there one more? There is one more back there. Look at that guy snuck. Some Quantanium in that guy too. I like it. I got the wiggle room, so I'm just yanking this up. Hey, Humble Monk, how are you tonight? Hello, Space Shorts. How's the mining tonight? The mining's been excellent, sir. I had 2 unicorn runs in the Prospector, so I have nothing to complain about with that. It doesn't look like it's going to be any... there's some Quantanium in there. And so, yeah, I've had a great run, a couple of great runs tonight. Nice to see you, Monk, for sure. A2 goes boom. It does go boom. All right, we're starting to get a little bit more quant on board here. And that is the beauty of taking the mole out on a run like this is if there's more than 32, you can grab it. And I think that's kind of the last of the Mohicans right here. Hold on. If I'm not mistaken, this guy didn't have anything in it. Yeah, that's a nerd. Yeah, 36.34. We'll take that. A little more than 4 more SEU than what we would have hauled. Thanks for the info. I have 2.5 mil worth of refined in the refinery that I have to sell. Nice. That is awesome, Monk. You've been working hard. You've been working hard, sir. All right, more than 32 or just break ugly. Who cares? Take it off. Well, that's the thing about the mole. You're right. I mean, Drac, and a lot of people argue for the mole just because of that. It's just like it doesn't matter what you run across. I mean, you've got a lot more wiggle room for things. What's going on here? Silly guy. All right, we'll punch it. Yeah, I've been putting in work, says Monk. Nicely done, Monk. I always prefer the mole because I can try different configs on each turret. It makes things a bit more interesting. I understand that Diogenes for sure. Went back to belt mining after the rocks came back. Yeah, man, the rocks are back kind of strong right now. I've noticed. I mean, I've been definitely having a lot, now that I understand kind of some of the things to help fix it. It's definitely been in a better space. So, I've done really well tonight, you guys. We'll when I turn these in, we'll look at numbers and go from there. Yeah, this XL1 drive makes short work of this trip. That is for sure. No, it's didn't really. It's a pretty big difference between that and the Atlas drive. Well, that's weird. Now that makes me think that I don't have the XL1 drive because it seems like too long of a cooldown. But it said I had it on there. Yeah, I do. That just seemed like a long cooldown to me. Been doing more combat than mining over the weekend. That's fair. I think it's good to mix it up, Monk. I mean, nothing wrong with that. There are times when I get some in the hopper, and then I'll go do a little, a little bit from there, and go do a little combat. All right, we're gonna drop the veer, get the VTOLs out already. Gonna give her a look there, and we'll bring her in. firing at a, not a crazy clip, at a, just kind of speeding up here. Also scored 7 sniper rifles. Nice. Combat's fun. Definitely got to mix it up, especially after grinding. Yeah, I mean, if you put in some work and grind a couple of mil, then there's nothing wrong with blowing off a little steam and going and do, shooting some things or, doing things a little different. That's for sure. Been doing player extortions, LOL Grift. I hear ya.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
Alrighty. I have to admit, I have not done bounty hunting or PvP or the real pew-pew stuff, says Ramoyne, though I have defended myself a few times and turreted guns for... Yeah, I have a lot of experience doing some turreting stuff, and I have, I have some combat experience. I definitely have flown combat, several times. Yeah, at any given time, I don't really know what the meta is or the loadout for combat. Myself. We haven't heard first alarm yet, so I'm happy about that. I would imagine we're going to start hearing it any time now. And I am bringing this over at a pretty, not a real fast clip here, just because, the mole is a little different animal than the prospector as far as having it lined up and getting it ready. All right, let's kind of... How are we looking? Yeah. I think we're looking okay. No problem there. I think the biggest mistake miners make is, Sandy, is not being patient. If, that's probably it more than anything, is definitely not being patient, which can really get you over your skis. It takes, it can take a long time to find things, and people kind of, lose their patience and then get in the big hurry, and they end up blowing themselves up a lot. I think that's pretty common. Still haven't heard first alarm, so we're in really good shape. Yep, I would say patience is probably the biggest thing that people, new miners in particular, they just kind of lose, they don't have patience. You can see that that auto land, man. She brings her in tight. His mistake is not using the auto die. That's funny. It just says biggest mistake new miners make is thinking they're gonna hit big on every. Yeah, you can kind of get yourself over your skis and think you're exactly right, Grift. Think every single time you run out there, you're gonna just kind of, make $1 million, and that's not the way it works. I mean, there are times, I go mining out there and I spend 45 minutes and I, end up, hauling in 23 SCU or something. It's just the way it goes. I mean, there's no magic, serum to make sure every single time you go out. Now, knowing good areas to go out in is helpful, and certainly understanding some of the meta and the mechanics is helpful. Definitely making sure that you have good gear on board, gear that you're comfortable with, and understanding that if you're going out, if you're just going out to have a little fun, go out to have a little fun. Don't worry about it. But if you're going to be real serious, make sure you put in the preparation and there are some days where it's just like, man, I really want to grind out something, so I put my head down and really dig in, and I have real proper attention. You know, Star Citizen can definitely have death by 1,000 cuts if you're not careful. You know, you're not making kind of good decisions, and you're being kind of, you know, you can certainly cost yourself some time. Oh boy, sorry you guys. Hold on, I'll get this turned off. Hold on. Hide user from channel. And I will get the I'll get that stuff fixed. So that won't happen next time, you guys. Sorry about that. I had that stuff fixed, I thought, but I guess I don't. All right, we got the mole here. Let's set up a work order. 36 there. We're going to go do dynamic solvenation. We'll confirm that guy. And let's take a look at, let's take a look at these numbers, by the way. So let's take a look at those. Oh, here, I'll scooch over if I have to. So we did 4 runs tonight, which have been really excellent. The first one was 29:39, so that was a... Oh, no, that was not, that was last night's run, so right. So these are my runs tonight. It's this one. Let's do this one. So this one here is 23:53. 2353 plus 3039, that was a unicorn, plus 3039, that was a unicorn, and then we had a nice let's see, 3039 plus 3039 plus 2353. And then this last run was 3452. That is 11,883 units. So 11883 times 88. Yeah, that's 1 million. On the stream tonight, you guys, I did about 1 million or so. Well, so I'll stand over here. All right, let's see what we got going on. You guys are saying a few things here. I'm greedy. I refine everything. Humble. I don't. I just refine either borace or quantanium. Let's see. Asian. I found Space Shorts via Jack Axton. I have not regretted subscribing one bit, and the community here, like Jack Axton's, one of the best. Yeah, I love Jack's stream, and you know, and I've talked. You know, I've had the pleasure of talking to Jack through a chat a couple of times. He's just a lovely man. And the reason I stream, you know, it's, you guys should know, the reason I stream is because, you know, like, I was inspired by Jack. You know, you know, like, I'm trying, you know, my stream is a lot like I try to be the Quantanium version of Jack, you know, just happy warrior type guy, and just, you know, kind of enjoy the game. So, you know, I like Jack. He's got a great stream, and I learned a lot from it. As I mentioned, I've been through the ringer, barely have an org or a fleet, took fire, harping me to join his org, and Citizen didn't look back since. That's awesome, aOcean. What all the vids don't mention is the hundreds, even thousands of hours it takes to build the experience and equipment. Yeah, no question about that. I'm greedy. I refine everything. I heard that. Ramon says, how long can be completed? How long can a completed job be kept at a refinery? Basically until there's a wipe, Ramon. You can make about twice what you can mining, running bunkers. That's minus running across the one unicorn rock, for sure. A couple of days or indefinitely, we know, depends on the server. Depends on the amount of ship Remoyne. Prospector usually is 1 to 8 hours, 18 hours. It'll stay in the refinery until the wipe, that's right. Mole can be at least 2 days, or just any update. So you know what, guys, I just want to let you know. You know, this is, I only had a couple hours tonight to stream. I really appreciate everybody coming on board. I'm really happy that, you know, during the stream that we did do 1 million aUEC. So, you know, it does seem like the Halo's kind of back a little bit. We'll have to kind of keep an eye on it, but it's definitely healthy when you can run out there. Hey, Alex, nice to see you. I'm doing really well. I was just signing off for the night, Alex. Sorry I missed you for sure. But yeah, nice to see you for sure. So, yep, guys, like I said, it does seem like the Iron Halo's in a little bit better shape. than it had been. And I think, some of these kind of cumulative things that we've learned are very good as well. So, you know what? All of you guys, I always love to say, the coffee was spectacular. The Quantanium was really, really good tonight, but the conversation, of course, is always the best. You guys make this stream 100% what it is. I love talking with you guys about Star Citizen. You really make my day. So thank you all so much for that. Please take care of yourself. And I will see you all around the verse.